Hello guys, welcome back. I'm Kevin Johnson and I'm going to explain my task number 3 for my internship at the Sparks Foundation. So in this task, what we have to do is an exploratory data analysis for retail-based data. So we have been given a sample data set known as a sample superstore for a store, and we need to perform exploratory data analysis in order to find the weak areas and where we can increase the profit or sales. So first what I have done is I've imported certain libraries. So I have imported pandas for basic data analysis tasks, NumPy for NumPy array operations, matplotlib and seaborn for data visualization. I have read the data using pd.read_csv in this data frame, and here is the head. So as we can see in this data set, there is a ship mode, segment, country, city, state, postal code, region, category, sales, etc., which we need to find insights on. So then I have done some basic data exploration. So first I have checked the shape, that is basically the number of rows and columns of this data set. Then I have checked the info. So in this info you can see that all the data types of the columns are mentioned, and they are saying that they are non-null. Then moving on, I have described the data set. So as you can see, the mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, count, 25th percentile, 75th percentile, etc. is all here, as you can see. Then I have done some data cleaning process. So first we have to check whether if the dataset contains any null values. So for that I have used the isNull function and the sum function after that. So as you can see, there is no null values here, as it's all 0, 0, 0, 0. So that's a good thing. Then I have checked for duplicates. So it is always important to remove duplicates from the dataset, because it may not give us the right results when we do visualization or any other task. So I have checked using the duplicated function. So the duplicated function returns a Boolean series. So I have indexed it in the data frame. So this is like a Boolean indexing. So we can see how all these duplicate values are here. All of these are duplicate values. Now I have checked the count of them. So there are 17 of them using the length function. Then I have dropped the duplicates as we do not require them. And now that when you check the shape, it will be different. Then moving on, as we are doing exploratory data analysis, these two columns are not very useful for us, as country is basically has the same entries here, and postal code of course will not help us in data analysis here. Next, I have checked for correlation using a heat map. So as you can see here, profit and sales are highly correlated, 0.48 positive correlation over here. Then moving on, I have printed the new data frame head after dropping duplicates and postal code and country. So you can see they are not present in this new data frame. So this is the data we'll be working on, data frame. Moving on, I have done some data visualizations. So what we are basically going to do is we're going to check the orders, profit, and sales for each column. That is for each category. So as in these three are our measures. We need to use our measures or parameters to check what is the profit or number of orders here. So with respect to category column, so we know we have 3 categories, that is furniture, office supplies, and technology. So office supplies category has the most orders over here, and technology has the least. So technology section needs some improvements in terms of orders. Moving on, I have found the total measures of profit, sales, and quantity. So the total sales is displayed here, total quantity sold displayed here, and total profit. Then I have checked the number of orders with respect to the segment. So the consumer segment has the highest number of orders, and home office has the least. So we need to do some work over here. There is some room for improvement over here. Now we check the orders with respect to the region. So there are 4 regions: south, west, central, and east. So when you use the count plot, we can see that the west region has the more number of orders, and south has the least. So south region probably needs some work. And now when we check the orders with respect to ship mode, we can see standard class ship mode has the highest number of orders, but the same day has least. So that is one more point for improvement. Then we see orders with respect to subcategories. So there are a lot of subcategories which are basically the products. So in that we can see that the most ordered product is the binders and paper, as you can see here. And the least are like copiers, machines, supplies, as you can see from this chart. Moving on, I have shown sales with respect to category. So we had seen number of orders with respect to category. So now we'll check the sales. So we can see that the sales of technology category is the most, but the number of orders of technology category was least. So we need to capitalize on that profit and improve the number of orders in order to increase sales, as we see here. So you can see the sales of technology is least, sale of technology is the most, and furniture is the least. Then we check profit with respect to category. So profit also of technology is the most. So technology has more profit and sales but less number of orders. So that has to be improved in order to capitalize on the profit. Then moving on, I check region-wise sales, average sales per respect to region. So we can see that I have used the group by function over here. So the whole data set is grouped by region, and we use the sales function and we use the aggregate method to check the mean of it. And we have plotted using a bar plot. So we can see that the sales of the south region is the highest here in terms of average sales. So that is good. And the average region-wise profit over here, it shows that the west side has the highest profit in this chart, and the central side has the lowest, central region, and west side has the highest profit. Then moving on, I have checked the number of orders in terms with respect to state. So I have again used a count plot over here. So what you can see that California has the highest number of orders, followed by New York. But in states like Wyoming, West Virginia, North Dakota, Maine, District of Columbia, and Vermont have very low orders. These areas right here, so we need to do something about it. Then we check the average profit of each state. So as we can see from this chart, here all this line above are the profit and these are the loss areas. So we can see that Vermont has the highest average profit, but here we saw that Vermont does not have that many orders, so we can improve on that aspect. And we can see that states like Arizona, Colorado, Florida, Illinois, North Carolina, North Dakota, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, and Texas are in slight loss, so there has to be some improvement here. Then we compare state-wise average sales. So the average sales of Wyoming state is the highest, but Wyoming had the lowest number of orders. So we need to increase the orders over there in order to increase the profit. Then we check subcategory-wise average sales. So here also I have used the group by function with aggregate method. So we can see that copiers and machines have the highest average sales, but they had the lowest orders. So there is another point to be taken care of. And in terms of average profit, the subcategory copiers again has the highest profit, but all others are very low. In fact, you can see tables is in kind of loss. Then moving on, this is the relation between the profit and discount over here using a line plot, as you can see. And then I've also plotted a relation between profit and quantity. So this is using the line plot again. So we have reached the end. So now we need to check what did we gain through this analysis and the conclusion. So with respect to the category column, we saw that the orders of office supplies were the most, but the sales and profit of technology was the highest. So we need to pay some attention to office supplies to increase its profits, as its orders were more, so we can capitalize on that. And with respect to region, there were more orders in the west region. Also, even the profit was higher there, average profit in the west, but the south region can be improved as the orders were less. Then we see the ship mode. So in that standard class ship mode had the highest orders, but same day had the lowest. So we could probably focus on that area by giving discounts in order to gain more profit in that mode. And with respect to state, we had seen that California had the highest orders, but it had the lowest profit, but did not have the highest profits. So we need to make more profits because it has highest orders. But on the other hand, Vermont and Wyoming had highest average sales, but their orders were least. So that needs to be improved. Even Vermont had the highest average profits. So as we can see that also it has good profits, but the orders are less. So we need to increase that. And states like Arizona, Texas, North Carolina, Illinois, Florida, Colorado, we need to pay attention because the states were in kind of a loss. So we need to pay attention to those states. And with respect to subcategories, binders and paper, as we had seen through the count plot, Binders and papers had the highest orders but low profit. So we need to capitalize on that because we need to gain more profit through those orders. And average sales and profit of copies were the highest. So other subcategories had lower, so we need to pay attention on that as well. So I guess this was it. Thank you for watching.